Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Goldie Silverman, and this is my review of Kenneth B's Control. Daniel Wu plays a lowly insurance agent whose most pressing conflict is finding the money to send his mother, played by Kara Hui, to a decent retirement home. Her current one is a dump. A seemingly random discovery leads to crossing a moral line for professional as well as financial reasons. The film opens really strongly. The first thing you see is a cityscape. It's obviously done with computers, but it's certainly convincing enough, and it looked really interesting and really helped set the mood for the film. The science fiction aspect of the setting I felt was very useful for providing a sense of separation and strangeness that helps you understand Daniel Wu's feelings when his life starts to be controlled by this disembodied voice. He doesn't hear it in his head, it calls him on the phone. He meets an interesting cast of characters along the way. Some old, some new, and some who are not what they seem. All of the actors did a pretty good job with their roles and were interesting and engaging and convincing. Simon Yam was especially great as Tiger, a gangster who thinks that Daniel Wu stole his money. I don't want to say too much about the plot because if I do, I run the risk of, spoiling the movie. Speaking of spoilers and spoiling, let's talk about the ending. But first, spoiler alert! The reveal in this film was a big disappointment to me. It wasn't even unique. A lot of movies, Chinese or otherwise, have a premise where some evil mastermind is manipulating people and forcing them to do things against their will to carry out his evil wishes. Some of those movies occasionally have a twist where, of course, it turns out that the manipulated is actually the manipulator, and I'm much smarter than you, and I knew about your evil plan all along, and in fact, I've been making you do my bidding. Ha 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 ha! And even though I wouldn't actually be able to make you do the things that you've done in real life just by trying to manipulate you without even knowing that you were being manipulated, you do them anyway because it says so in the script. Ha ha! You lose! Ha ha! Even worse, you really lose because you'll never guess who I'm actually working for. Or if you know about the rules for what movies have to do in order to be shown in China, you probably do know. You know what? Movies are expensive to make, and shutting yourself out of the China market doesn't really make financial sense. So the easy way around that is you just write a fairly clumsy ending that sacrifices narrative sense on a big altar with the SARF logo on it. Now, the other thing about the reveal is it just goes on too long. It ends up retelling the entire story. And I don't mean recapping, I also mean retelling. I actually was really disappointed because, to me, the ending just ruined all the goodwill I had for the movie, and I had quite a lot. Like I said, it looks really nice, it's acted well, it was really interesting, and I was kind of afraid because as soon as the premise was laid out and I thought, wow, that's interesting, that happens to me a lot. You know what doesn't happen to me very often, if at all? At the end of the movie, I go, wow, that was really amazing the way that they carried that premise all the way through to the end. It doesn't happen. So like I said, I feel bad. I wanted to like this movie, and for the first 2/3 of it, I really did. The ending just really put me off. If you want to see this movie, that's your business. If you live in Asia, go see it in a cinema, paying for the ticket. Or wait until you can rent or buy it when it's released to home video later on. Please don't download movies. When this film is released to DVD, we will update the description with links to a place where you can actually buy this movie and not break the law. If you enjoyed this review, please leave me a comment. If you didn't enjoy the review, leave me a comment. I wouldn't blame you if you didn't enjoy it. If you enjoy these reviews in general, please subscribe to the channel. That way you'll get all the updates first.